Hi guys, I'm Jay and welcome back to Vroom Room. Yes, interesting project picked up. Did struggle with this to whether to scrap it or not because it's got issues. Let me show you. So back on the channel we have got a Honda NT700 VA on a 2008 plate. It's a DEAUVILLE obviously, and it's in a little bit of a sorry state. Mileage is in the 50s, and a few bits to do. Front full seals are leaking. The seat has been vandalised, which was why it was sold. The lid off the glove box is missing. Probably the biggest job. Where the pannier meets the bike, that fairing is broken and will need replacing. What else? Top lock missing from the box, and I think that's about it. It did come as a non-runner, but I stuck a key in it and it started straight away, so that is a bonus, and the engine seems very, very strong. So the first thing to do is to get all of this grime and rubbish off of it. So I'm gonna get the jet wash out, give it a jet wash, and today's jobs are gonna be remove the seat because that's going off to be upholstered, and get that panel off so I can order a new one. I just want the part number off of it. But let's see how we get on and get cleaning. And yeah, with a bit of a jet wash it has come up a lot better, but wow, those wheels are both gonna have to come off and go through some serious refurbishment because they've just been neglected for a long time. The calipers come up quite well, and the forks look to be in very good condition, so once I get the seals changed on those they should be fine. Oh, and I need bar end weights as well. Funny, every bike I seem to get only has one. It's kind of like some secret club. So that's it. Let's set up the tripod, and see how we got on taking this back one off. Right, so first job is to get this webbing off and get a better look at what's going on underneath. Lovely. Right. From memory, I think that I have to take that off, and then I have to take the plate off underneath it. Then I have to undo the bolts at the back. And if I remember right, there's two real horrible ones down there that rust because they're open to the back well and they never come out. Seat off, panel off, job's a good one. 5 minutes, sorted. 10 at the most. Half an hour, it'll be done. Just hope I don't lose daylight before I finish this. Hey. Last few bikes I've done have been quite high end, for me anyway. So it's good to get back to these ones. There's nothing in this bike, money wise. It's just being able to bring it back onto the road for someone to use for a few more years. I don't know why I do this. So with that removed, gives me access to the part number, so I can make sure it's the right part number, because there's a couple of things online that I've been looking at that's slightly different. So hopefully it's the right thing. Takes the seat away as well, so I can get that sent off this week. Hopefully it's a quick turnaround with that as well. If I can get that part, brilliant. And then we'll jump on to the other things that we know to be wrong. Front fork seals. And while that panel's off, it's going to make it a lot easier to get the back wheel off. So the back wheel's coming off. I'm going to check the brake pads and get that back wheel refurbished, because it's in a sorry state. But the actual substructure of the bike looks to be in very good condition. There's a little bit of rust onto the bracket that holds the exhaust, but there always is on these, but it's not too invasive. So I think a clean up with that with a wire will, and it will take some paint and will last years, so that should be fine. The exhaust itself doesn't look too bad either, so some positives, and it's those I've got to focus on with this, because you know it's just a it's just going to be a runaround for someone. So let's have a look at the part numbers and see if we can find anything. So not the best news. I've just been online looking for this particular part, and it's one of those ones where, because it's difficult to get off, I don't think there's an abundance of them. So I may have to look at other options, but it's definitely a little bit of a setback. So I think the plan now is going to be to stick it back into storage just for a few days, and while it's there, I think I'll whip the front wheel off and get started on that. Yeah, because I'm still not 100% sure which way this is going to go at the moment. They do sell them new is a ridiculous amount of money. It's about 370 quid, which is not viable for this bike. So I've stuck out a couple of Facebook requests just to see on the groups whether anybody's got one. So I think I'm going to put the seat back on it now and just take it up and down and just make sure that it's okay. I know it starts and it runs okay. I just want to make sure that it goes into gear and everything's alright like that. So we'll see how that bit goes. Right, so very quickly on this, I've decided what I'm going to do. I'm going to give it 4 weeks to try and get that rear panel. If nothing comes up within that time, I'm either going to sell it a project as is, or I am going to I'll break it for parts. So I'm really yeah, I really did need to make a decision on this. I've just took it out for a quick ride up and down, and it rides really well. You know, there's nothing wrong with the engine, nothing wrong with the gearbox. The brakes, well, the back one's really good. The front one's saturated in full coil. So yeah, not a lot going on there, but that's kind of where we are with it. So I'm going to park this up. I'm going to whip the front wheel off. I'm going to do the wheels because they don't cost me anything but time, and that's, well, it'll help sell it. Should either way anyway. So I'm going to get on with that now. Very therapeutic cleaning wheels. Just use a bit of wet and dry on them, and they're coming up quite well. I am going to give them a spray, but need to get all the crap off them first. So next stage, I'll remove the discs, get in there, give it all a good clean, then tape it up and give it some love. But yeah, this was an easy bit of what's going to turn into a project. Wheel refurbishment done at the front. It's the front one, and just to remind you, that's before. So the back one's going to get done in the next day or so. But I think you agree, just make the bike look a whole lot better. I really don't want to scrap this bike. I'll keep looking for those parts. So I've taken a couple of days just to have a think about this bike, and I really don't want to break it up for parts. So I've come to a decision, and that is I'm going to fix it. I cannot get that part for love nor money at the moment. I think it's a case of just waiting till something comes on the market for it. I did have one guy who offered to sell me the part on Facebook, but it just looked dodgy. It was a site that was didn't take comments. They did have 1,000 followers, but I couldn't find any information out about who the sellers were or anything like that. So I decided to pass on it, just because there's no way I'm sending him a load of money without knowing a little bit more about them. So that's gonna be what I do. I'm gonna repair the old one as best as possible and put it back on the bike, and I will do all the other parts on the bike. So there is quite a lot to do. Today's job is really to get the back wheel off, and I know on these it can be a little bit of a pain because the exhaust does sit where the back bolt that goes through the wheel comes out, so that can be a little bit tricky, but we'll get that done. Also, the frame is in good condition, as you can see. Sorry, that was my knees. I do need to get that bolt out there, the one that was stuck, because it goes on the underneath and they just rust and they're a pain to get out. And then I'm going to take all the surface rust off of that and protect it going forward. Check the back brakes, clean up the exhaust, and then we'll see where we are from that point. But yeah, there's lots of bits to do, but I'm hoping you agree that this, you know, there's life in this bike, and to take another one off the road, I just don't want to take bikes off the road. It's criminal, you know. The whole point is to keep these fantastic machines working and to the point of being enjoyed by someone. So let's get the back wheel off and see if I've got enough wheel paint left to make it look nice. So this is the part I was talking about, and it's now in my kitchen, and looking like Frankenstein's monster, because those are all staples, those are all staples, those are staples, staples. You get the general idea. So the mechanism is seized, so I'm gonna have to take that off and have a look. Luckily that part actually connects to the broken part that was here. So I'm going to staple that one back on in a second. The one part I haven't got is where it's going to be visible from there going forward. So the question is whether I actually fabricate a part for that or just leave it as is. It's not going to make any difference. I will be using full disclosure on this to the new buyer, but it's going to be just aesthetically, I may be able to put something on there that just makes it look like it's going to last a lot longer, and they won't have to change the part quite so quickly. But we'll see how that goes, because there's a curve in it as well, and the shape, I'm not sure I've got a bit of plastic that's going to be suitable for that, especially in black, but we'll see. So that's it, fully done. As much as I'm going to do with it, as you can see, it's a Frankenstein job, but I will disclose all of this when it comes time to get rid of it. And I've cleaned up the actual pannier lid a little bit more as well, so it's looking as good as it's going to get. It's functional. The lock on the on it actually holds the pannier shut. I wouldn't recommend opening it. It might be difficult to shut again, but again, all things that I would willingly tell the new buyer. So we'll see how that goes. So now it's on to removing the back wheel and getting that refurbed. So I'm going to crack on with that. So there's a bolt down in that gap down there. Oh, you can just see it there, the one right in the middle. That's the holder for the brake caliper bracket. So that needs to just come off as well, otherwise you just won't get the wheel off. And then I'm just going to take the main shaft. I'm going to start that sentence again. I'm going to take the bolt out, goes through the wheel, remove it from the final drive, and then pop it off. Pop off. Best way to get these wheels out is to take the back panel off where the number plate sits, a couple of bolts on the inside of the pannier, that side, that one already off, and then a couple of just push fits at the top, so it just comes out straight away, and then the wheel has enough space to get out, so that's nice and easy. It all looks very well lubricated in there as far as grease goes, so I'm really pleased with that. So I'm going to get on now with just the general tidying up of this wheel, and then I'm going to get into there and just do a little bit of an inspection, just a little bit of maintenance and tidying up. But the final drive looks really good. The subframe looks to be in good shape as well. So the bones of this bike really do look like it could go on quite easily for another 5-10 years without any problems. So let's give the wheel a bit of love. It takes ages. The front one took ages and a load of sandpaper because of the neglect it's had, but we'll get there. So we are going from this to this. Well, that only took a second in your time. It took about an hour in mine, but the wheel's by no means perfect, but it needs shot blasting really. It's in a bit of a pitted state close up, but looks okay, and it's ready to go back on once I get the disc back on. The seat is away now, being reupholstered, so I'm expecting that back in the next week. I have tarted it up somewhat. The wheels are obviously done. The black panels have been resprayed with a special black plastic matte black, and so now we're going to take on the forks. We're going to do a timed removal of the forks, just to give you an idea how long it will take, and we'll see how it goes. I mean, even now it's still slightly leaking off of that right hand fork, so I'm waiting on the parts. They should be here hopefully today when I'm recording this, so I can get on with it straight away. Yeah, we'll do it, and that'll be it. I was going to spray the engine as well, but I'm not going to, because it's not going to be sold as a bike anywhere near pristine. You know, it's got its issues. Whoever vandalised it, I mean, look, that's a nasty gouge out of the petrol tank. So this will be yeah, seat done, forks done, and that's it. It's got an MOT, so I'm not even going to bother putting a new one on, and then we'll take it from there. But just crack on with the forks. So that's where we leave this part one of the Honda DeAUVILLE rebuild. It's just going to be a two-parter. The next part is going to be all about the forks and how to do them. Did you know 85% of the people watching this video are not subscribed? Why not? It's free and you get to see this beautiful face every week. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time, guys. Take care.